Alrighty, everybody, we are live. Welcome in and welcome back to another episode of the Going the Distance podcast. My name is Ryan Vanell, and alongside me is my co-host Elijah Span. We're back after a little short hiatus. If you guys listened to the last episode, you know that I've been in the process of moving, and so 2 weeks ago I was on the road to Arizona. Last week I was dealing with moving bullshit in the sense of I haven't had Wi-Fi. I was off the grid for about 7-8 days, but here we are. We're back to talk some sports. So a lot has been going on lately. We're gonna try and kind of catch up on some of the stuff we missed, but also mostly focus on the recent news, such as the MLB trade deadline, of course the Deshaun Watson news. I would say this is our last time talking about him, but it's not. There's going to be more that comes out, but got to talk some Deshaun Watson. Then a little bit going back to Kyler Murray's contract, which was a huge deal about a week ago. And then we're going to get into our future bets for the NFL season, which I know both of us are very excited to get into. And we'll be doing that on BetUS, which leads us into our first shout out. Make sure to go check out BetUS Sportsbook, where you can use code GTDS125 for up to 125% deposit bonus when you sign up. They got a ton of lines on there, which you guys will see towards the end of the episode as we go through and make our picks. But yeah, be sure to check that out. Go check out our social medias. You can see on the screen, I am at Ryan Bonnell. Elijah is at ElijahSpan19, as well as GTD, of course. We are at GTD_sports, other than TikTok, where we are at GTDsports.com. And you can check out the website, of course, GTDsports.com, for all of our other content. And yeah, let's get it. I think we're about ready to get into it. Let's start things off with an extended highlight, low light from the past 2 weeks. What do you got, Elijah?
Well, I guess for this week, MLB trade deadline delivered with the Juan Soto trade, because it was looking like it wasn't going to happen there for a second, and I was like, well, that's kind of disappointing if the biggest thing that was supposed to happen is not going to happen. But it did, yeah. And some other trades were Josh Bell also getting traded was like a nice little, the Padres are.
The Padres are looking nasty right now, which we'll definitely get into in a little bit. But yeah, it's been exciting. I guess it's over now, but it was exciting.
Yeah, it was good. Does my mic sound better now?
Yeah, way better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I switched it over to my Yeti. Yeah, the Yeti mic. I got to get that on there. I paid enough money for it. But yeah, so that was nice. And then low light is that James Washington got hurt on the Cowboys, and we're not gonna sign another veteran wide receiver, which is why?
Yeah.
Because now we're working with CeeDee Lamb. Great, of course, not worried. Jalen Tolbert, which is a rookie, but he's a third-round pick, which I'm very high on right now.
Yeah, I like him too. He has a lot of potential.
We signed Terp. That's another highlight. We signed Terp. Cowboys signed Jonathan Turpin.
Do you think they're actually going to use him though? Is he going to be a practice squad type player, or is he? I hope he's going to make.
I hope he's going to make the team, and I think he can make the team as a punt returner because we don't need CeeDee Lamb returning punts. He's too good to return.
There's
punts.
No point. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And also, I would say Turpin's probably better.
Well, I was about to say is, CeeDee Lamb hasn't been good returning punts.
Yeah,
I think he was below league average for punt return yards on average. So
yeah, well, I don't know. That's not really fit his style, at least just from an eye test standpoint. But yeah, for those that don't know, Kevontae Turpin, former TCU guy. That's why Elijah and I are high on him. But also, he was just the USFL MVP this season. So obviously he's doing something right.
He deserves
but I think so too. And I think, of course, it was kind of fitting for him to go to the Cowboys, his home team and everything.
Yeah.
But, okay, yeah. So for me, my highlight, I guess, kind of self-explanatory. I'm here in a new apartment. I'm in Phoenix now. So far, so good. I like the city a lot. It seems pretty cool. The only weird thing is not knowing anybody here. So, for the UFC fights, I went to FanDuel Sportsbook just by myself, made some friends, got drinks, threw some money on some very irresponsible bets like Kai Kara France, round 4 knockout exactly. So dumb shit, but it was a good time. And also legal sports betting just has to be a highlight because it has been so cool being able to go place an in-person ticket. And also whenever Patty the Batty fought, I got $200 free on Barstool Sportsbook just for betting on Patty. Like, that's it. And so I turned that 200 free into 250 real money. So
nice.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's been fun. And low light, though, is, as you can probably see if you're watching the video version at least, Elijah pointed it out as soon as I joined on camera. I'm bald as fuck. This is not exactly what I wanted out of a haircut. I mean, it could be worse. It's not like completely botched. Not what I was expecting, to say the least. So got to get used to the bald head. And also, rest in peace, Vin Scully. It was pretty sad to see him pass. I mean, I know he's up there in age, so it's not like a crazy shock or anything, but still, Vin is one of the GOATs, one of the legends of sports broadcasting, and kind of the reason a lot of people get into this industry. So rest in peace. Very sad to see it. But with that being said, let's get into some of the fun stuff. Let's get into the MLB trade deadline, which, as Elijah already hinted at, was bonkers. And let's start off with the big one. Get the elephant out of the room. Juan Soto is now San Diego Padres. And I would say a mega deal, but not the Padres, but the Nationals kind of got fleeced.
What are you talking about?
What?
Dude, everyone's saying that this is the best. No, all the experts like Keith Law, Jeff Passan, they've said that this is the biggest prospect trade haul in MLB history.
Yes, you get prospects, but this is a generational athlete, though. I was just watching a talk show where they were saying the opposite. Like
in any trade for Juan Soto, it's gonna be the winner is gonna be whoever gets Juan Soto. But Juan Soto wasn't gonna re-sign with the Nationals, so might as well get something for him. Like,
well, you're right. I know that's why they did it now. Yeah.
They basically turned, shit into, like, I don't know where I was going with that analogy. I didn't have one on hand. But they made the best of a shitty situation.
I mean, yes, you're right, because they could have gotten him for a lot less. I guess, whenever I look at it, like C.J. Abrams and Luke Voigt aren't terrible. Yeah, C.J. Abrams especially is pretty decent. Well,
C.J. Abrams, he's good.
I guess Voigt this year is hitting at like 200 almost.
I don't know. He's not good. I just know that anytime I bet against the Padres and Luke Voigt's up, I'm happy.
But yeah, and then the rest you got Mackenzie Gore, Robert Hassel III, James Wood, Jarlin Susana, which I'm not too familiar with. But yeah, I mean, I guess, like you said, making the best out of a shitty situation. But really what's nuts is the fact that the Padres now have Juan Soto and Josh Bell. Like, that's
who's very good.
Very good. Yeah, that's kind of been glossed over in this whole package because Josh Bell is a very good baseball player.
He's batting fifth in their lineup. Like, that's nasty.
Because what do they got now? They got, well, obviously, Tatis is hurt, but whenever he's back, bro, they have probably two of the top five players under 25 in the MLB. Because Soto's like 24, I think, right?
He's 23.
23? God damn, he's good, bro. That just blows my mind, dude.
No, there's a million stats that talk about how great he is. Like, with I think he's had like 1,000 plate appearances, and like every single person on the list that was also had 1,000 plate appearances by the time they were or through age 23. All of them were Hall of Famers. All of them very recognizable names. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's insane what this guy's done already. Being 23, like he's younger than Josh Jung, one of the Rangers' top prospects in their system, who hasn't made his MLB debut yet. Yeah, so this guy is the real deal, and he's going to be good for a very, very long time.
Yeah, he's already kind of put himself on that trajectory of, he's got to be a Hall of Famer unless something horrible goes wrong. But so I mean, the Padres now, they got Tatis when he's healthy. They got Manny Machado. They also snagged Josh Hader, too, in free agency, who's arguably, not this year, but definitely one of the best closers in baseball. Mm-hmm. So add that to your bullpen. You got Darvish starting on the mound. Like, dude, they are looking nasty. Joe Musgrove, they look pretty good.
Would be a Cy Young winner would be in the competition for Cy Young if it wasn't for Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, who's just going absolutely. He's putting up alien numbers, bro. It's ridiculous, and he's pitching like 8 innings every time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's nuts. But yeah, didn't Musgrove too? That was another free agency thing. Musgrove signed a fat contract, like 5 years, $100 million.
Yep.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, he deserves it after this year.
They got Cronenworth too. They have.
Dude, if they don't make a deep playoff run, that's fucked. Because even like last year,
watch him fall out of the wild card or some bullshit.
Well, I was just about to say I wouldn't be surprised because I mean, also that division is stacked, and even last year they had a lot of expectations, a lot of hype. Didn't necessarily live up to it all, but most of that was just because of Tatis. And now, I mean, you have all the hype in the world with Tatis and Soto on the same team. Like next year is going to be insane for the Padres, but even this year they should be a legitimate World Series contender.
They should at least make it. I don't know.
I don't know what the odds are. I'm curious.
It's going to be hard in the NL, dude. The NL is so stacked.
Yeah,
because the wild card is going to be either the Braves or the Mets, whoever comes out on top, first and second in that division, and then the Padres, and then you have the Dodgers. You have who am I missing in the NL? The NL Central. Oh, it'd be like the Brewers or somebody.
The Brewers are doing pretty good.
Not worried about the Brewers at all.
Yeah, no, not down the stretch. Certainly not. But yeah, I mean, and then you go to the AL too, and let's stay in the NL. With the Dodgers, just brought them up. So Dodgers also acquired Joey Gallo, which isn't like league altering, because Joey Gallo currently has the worst batting average in the MLB.
Yeah, but if he gets up to a 208, a 210 with the Dodgers, and gets back, like, even if he's like Rangers Joey Gallo, which isn't like insane, it's still a good pickup.
No, I agree. I just thought it was a funny stat because right now the Dodgers have 3 of the top 10 worst hitters in baseball right now, like this season. It's like Max Muncy, Joey Gallo, and I can't think of the third one, but
is it
just really funny
Turner?
It might be, yeah, it might be.
He hasn't been very good this year.
Yeah, it's just funny because the Dodgers are the Dodgers, yet they have that, and I mean they're still a really good team just because their
Mookie
Betts is stacked. Mookie Betts is God. But yeah, another big one, I guess, if we're talking about World Series contenders, is the Astros. Man, they added Christian Vasquez, which is really good offensive first catcher. He's going to be really good for their offense. And Trey Mancini, who's been a stud for the Orioles, kind of like one of the only bright pieces on that team. Which, by the way, I want to talk about how disappointed I am in the Orioles. The Orioles are like 2 or 3 games behind the wild card. Like they started off a really shitty season, and the fact that they sold their sellers at the deadline was so disappointing. Like they didn't have to be buyers. I didn't think they should have been buyers either, but I don't think they should have all been sellers. But whatever, I guess. This is like the first time in how long that something has kind of gotten going for the Orioles.
10 years.
So yeah, exactly. Like something
probably 15
is working. Yeah. So and then they just go and do that. Yeah, that made no sense to me, especially because Mancini all around is I don't know if I want to say their best player, but probably their best player.
He's a bright spot for the team for sure.
Yeah, him, Cedric Mullins, and now Rutschman are probably the top guys. And then also Will Smith, who hasn't had a great year necessarily pitching. I think his ERA is above 4, but still decent add to the bullpen. So for the Astros, I think that also puts them again right up into the World Series contention. Because I don't know where they stand right now. I gotta see the standings. Yeah, okay. Astros are definitely in fucking World Series contention. They're second in the AL. I knew they were winning the AL West. I just didn't know by how much, and they're up by 11 games.
Damn.
Sheesh. Dude, you know what makes me sad is that the Rangers would maybe be fighting for a playoff spot if the Mariners just didn't all of a sudden randomly go on a 15-game win streak.
Dude, the Mariners I love the Mariners. Who did they add? They got Luis Castillo, the best pitcher available at the trade deadline.
Yeah, from the Reds.
And I'm pretty sure they added another batter too. I can't remember who it was, but I love the Mariners.
Yeah, they look pretty good right now. Julio Rodriguez is a fun player to watch.
Yeah, he's hurt right now, unfortunately. But yeah, I just love the Mariners because I bet on them a lot and they win.
Even though I probably shouldn't love them because they're a division rival, but whatever. Money
Bro,
don't have
yeah,
rules.
I had a bet not too long ago for a parlay. It was the last leg. It was Rangers Mariners over 8.5, and it was 3-3 going into the ninth inning. And I'm like, fuck me. And then the Rangers score 1 run, and it's 4-3. And I'm like, all right, I need the Mariners to win this on a walk off. Like I need it, and they did. And so it felt weird rooting against the Rangers, but
Money don't
you
have
bet
morals.
with your brain. Yeah, you bet with your brain, not your heart. So. Other big additions, the Blue Jays got Whit Merrifield, who kind of one of the lone bright spots for the Royals, and also a trio of pitchers to add to their bullpen. So Blue Jays, mostly what I kind of gathered from this trade deadline was that the good teams got better, and that's really all that happened is good teams got better. The Braves, they snagged Raciel Iglesias from the Angels, who's a nasty closer, and also Robbie Grossman, who's not really much from the Tigers, but yeah. And then Red Sox snagged Tommy Pham and Eric Hosmer, which slight improvement, I guess. Nothing crazy. And then also the Phillies and Twins were pretty active, but they didn't really sign any crazy names. I know the Phillies got Syndergaard.
Yeah, Syndergaard, but Phillies. I don't think the Phillies are going to make the playoffs.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, so it wasn't like a huge splash, but Twins, maybe, yes. Twins are doing pretty good. Decent, I guess, but still. Yeah, and then I think that's about it for the trade deadline. Is there any other?
Yeah, I'd say that's about it. That's as much baseball talk as we got in this.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you don't hear us talking about baseball a lot, so that's how you know it's been somewhat entertaining whenever we.
I watch baseball almost every day, but I still probably can't get into the nitty gritty. It's hard to talk about baseball.
It is, yeah. I don't watch it necessarily every day, but shout out sports betting for keeping me up to date with who's doing good, who's playing well, yada yada yada.
Still up on the season, fucking.
Oh wait, let's see it. I just got a notification in his first appearance as a San Diego Padre, Juan Soto walks. Fitting.
Nice.
That's very fitting.
It's up 5-0, and I have the over on that game, so.
Oh, nice, sweet, dude. It's been so weird getting used to because now in Arizona, I'm 2 hours behind Texas time because Arizona doesn't observe daylight saving time, so we're basically on Pacific time, even though it's Mountain Standard Time. But whatever. Right. So it's been weird getting used to primetime games starting at 5:00, or the UFC fights started at 7:00. I'm like, this feels weird, man. I'm home and in bed by 10:30. I don't like that.
It's kind of nice.
I mean, it is kind of nice, but whereas in Texas, those West Coast games. No, I
haven't been able to watch games because I go to bed at fucking 8:30.
Okay, I guess that's true, yeah, but for college football, when there's West Coast games that normally would end at midnight to 1 a.m. in Texas, that's what I loved, is being able to, while I'm trying to fall asleep, there's live
Pac-12
football on. Yeah, that's the shit, but I'll get used to it. All right, now going from something fun to something not so fun. If you haven't seen by now, Deshaun Watson received a 6-game suspension from the NFL, and it has already been appealed in a pretty immediate process. They were pretty quick to jump the gun, which is one of the first times in recent history where the NFL has actually done something correct. They should definitely appeal this suspension. They should definitely get more games than 6 games. But yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, what are your thoughts on the length, just the original 6 games?
Well, no one was going to be happy no matter what length it was. We can just
You're
say
right.
that out
Yeah.
of the gate.
You're
but
right.
6 games, really?
Yeah.
Really? This man
it's
did
laughable.
It.
Yeah,
this
it's
man
laughable.
Did it? There's nobody in their right mind thinks that he didn't do it, unless you're just some 12-year-old on Twitter with a Deshaun Watson Avi.
Yeah, or an Andrew Tate link in your bio or some shit. But no, yeah, because it's, I don't know, didn't the judge say, I don't know the exact words to use, but the judge said something along the lines it's predatory behavior.
Sexual nonviolence.
Yeah, and didn't the judge also say this is the worst behavior that's come out of the NFL in any case remotely similar to this?
I don't remember that, but I remember.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I don't want to like report that as fact, but I'm pretty sure I saw something where like the judge said like this was some of the worst behavior she's ever seen in this situation.
I was in so many Reddit threads the other day when this dropped. I mean, I couldn't tell you everything that happened. I'm pulling it up right now because r/NFL is still going off about.
Yeah, there's
Deshaun
still
Watson.
A bunch of stuff. Yeah, I bet you could just search Deshaun Watson on it and probably like 1,000 results come up. Yeah, it's my reaction though to the 6th game is like you said. You kind of hit the nail on the head when you said nobody was going to be happy no matter what it was. Because to give somebody like Calvin Ridley 17 games for gambling on sports that he wasn't even involved in, like he was injured, he wasn't even betting on his own team, and he gets a full season of suspension. And then you have a serial predator who sees over 70 different massage therapists in 1 year, and then you give him 6 games? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's nothing more to it. That's kind of just the bottom line. It makes no sense. It's frustrating, kind of a slap in the face to women in general, honestly. Just being like, oh, well, we're not going to strike down that behavior, like that's not that big of a deal, I guess. So it's like, you got to do something, man. And I think Roger Goodell, I think he realizes that. I think he's going to do, and I don't think I've ever said this about Roger Goodell, but I don't think he's going to fuck this one up. I think he's going to come back with something a lot more harsh, a lot more stern. At least that's what I'm hoping to see, because he seems to be taking it pretty seriously.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fuck this one up.
Yeah, at least from the past 24 hours or so.
Because, my thing, too, is, Zeke got suspended for something that he didn't even do.
Yeah, yeah, I do remember that.
It got pretty much proved that, there was a lot of doubt beyond that shadow of a doubt when Zeke got in trouble for his thing, which I still think that he's probably innocent. And he got 6 games. But Deshaun Watson assaulted 24 women, and he gets 6?
Christ, dude.
And it's just what? I don't understand that. Because, I knew, the Deshaun Watson timeline, I bounced back and forth a little bit. When it first came out, I went full on conspiracy theory because first off, he was saying, I'm not playing for the Texans anymore. And then that came out. I was like, the Texans planted the seed. Well, it actually turns out that the Texans were trying to do it for him and cover it up, provided him with NDAs for the masseuses to sign.
Which they should get a punishment too, honestly.
I think they
should get in some sort of trouble. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
And then I was like, well, maybe not. I doubt that this many women would lie. And then I went back and forth, and it's like, well, that lawyer is pretty shady, Tony Busby. I don't trust a damn word that he says because he's out for clout. And then it came out.
We can track the timeline on our podcast, we've literally talked about it kind of every step of the way.
Yeah.
I remember we were both like, that's a lie. I don't know. But then it kept coming. We were like, yeah, you fucking did that.
And then, for a while there, I was neutral. I'm like, you know what? Innocent until proven guilty. And then the 60 masseuses thing came out. And I was like, I can't fucking deny this. This happened.
Yeah, the reading is on the wall, or the writing's on the wall, whatever that saying is. But, yeah, so, my logic, though, comparing it to Ridley, is if Ridley got a 17-game suspension, Watson deserves at least a 51-game suspension. 3 seasons out of the league, at least. If that's your guideline, that's your standard, is to give a full season for gambling, then you should be doing way more for this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't really see any way around it. And I think, the NFL, the teams are going to come up with excuses, but really the fact of the matter is they don't want him gone because he's going to make the league money. He's going to make the team money, and that's just kind of the sad reality of it. But
yeah, and if you look at the Browns' schedule, their first 6 games are the easiest in the NFL.
Really? I haven't even looked at it yet.
It seems like the NFL kind of protected their man because he was already out for a full year. They don't want him to miss even more time. But maybe that'll all change since the NFL appealed the suspension. He'll probably I think he might get a full year now.
That's the way it's going, the way it's been talked about in the media, where it's heading. I think he will end up getting a full year.
Yeah,
which is
the media is in unison on this.
Yeah, everybody's
right
mad
now.
at this. And I get it. That's improvement, but would you be satisfied with a year? Like what is the true punishment that you'd be satisfied with? Like, what is a good resolution for this situation,
I mean, a year would be the starting point.
Yeah.
More than that, I don't know. I really couldn't say, but that's a tough question to ask. Like, should it be 2 seasons? Should it be 3 seasons? Like, should it be a lifetime ban? But they're not going to do that. He just became the NFL's highest paid player.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I can't remember if there's been a player that got suspended for over a season. Even when Josh Gordon was back and forth with his failed drug tests, he was gone for like 8 games at a time or something. So it would be kind of wild to see them go past a season. But I agree with what you said. I think that has to be the bare minimum. I think a full season should be the starting point. And then, honestly, that's good enough, I feel like. But that motherfucker should be in jail, honestly. Like, that dude should not be playing football.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's tough. I mean, he'll be back eventually. If he does come back, though, be 100% honest. How excited would you be to watch him play?
Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. It's hard for me to like, and you should be able to separate them, but it's hard for me to separate my fandom, my fandom of football, and like the fact that I want to watch entertaining games, I want to watch entertaining players, and my morality, where I'm like, this guy doesn't deserve this platform. This guy doesn't deserve this attention. He doesn't deserve the opportunity to even be playing this game right now. But it's that internal battle of like, what do you care about more? But in all reality, I'll be pretty excited to see him play because he's
Browns plus 4.5 against the Ravens in December. Like, probably betting on the Browns, and you have to, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's tough. It's putting us in a rock because he is fun to watch. He's electric, but the fact that he's such a shitty person really makes it hard.
Yeah. Well, so if it does come to the point where it's a 17-game full season suspension with Jacoby Brissett at the helm, how many games do you think the Browns win with Brissett?
I mean, they'll probably be close around 500. He's a 500 quarterback. So I'd say probably 8 at best.
8, 9. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I have my ceiling is 8. Is like I think kind of like the best would be an 8-9 record, but most likely around 6. Like I could see Brissett winning a couple games, so probably around 6, 5 to 7 maybe realistically. But yeah, it won't be the pretty season the Browns hope for with their new shiny quarterback, and they're also going to be losing a shit ton of money in the process because they already paid the man. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting situation. But if anything crazy comes up, I'm sure we'll be talking about it next week. If he ends up getting that full year suspension. Yeah. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into some more NFL news, which is a bit delayed. We are a bit behind on it. And so we won't spend too much time on it, just kind of go over it. So if you don't know, Kyler Murray signed a new mega contract. I think it was 5 years, 230-something million. He got a lot of money. And in the contract, it came out a couple days after he signed it, that there's a clause that requires 4 hours of uninterrupted film study per week, which I genuinely thought this was a joke at first because I've never heard of such a thing in an NFL quarterback's contract, especially 4 hours. Like, I expect an NFL quarterback to be doing, I don't know, like 15 plus hours a week of film study, formation study, like strategy, everything like that. Like that's their career. That is what they do. And they're trying to get good to make more money. So anyway, it has since been removed from the contract, which I think makes the situation even worse. Before we talk about them removing it, let's talk about how bad was it just overall. Was it really that bad for like the media to blow up about it and kind of make a big ruckus about it? Okay,
so what's Kyler Murray's biggest knock? His maturity. He's immature.
His maturity and his height.
he was a pouty baby on the sidelines of that playoff game. Like it was embarrassing to watch.
And all offseason, he's been a diva.
Yeah, he's been a diva all offseason about his contract. So I think that this kind of goes hand in hand with that, and the fact that he loves Call of Duty so much and playing video games with FaZe Clan really just kind of hurts his image a lot. And the fact that they took it away after the backlash is kind of like, oh, haha, just kidding. Like, I don't know. Were you guys really kidding? Do you guys really need to watch this extra study time? I don't know. I kind of gained some respect for Kyler, though, after this came out, and he said it's disrespectful, and he listed all his accolades. He was like, nobody's ever done that. Went 43-0 in high school. No one's ever done it. Drafted number 1 overall in NFL. Drafted number 9 overall in the MLB. Nobody's ever done that. And I was like, damn, I kind of respect Kyler for coming out.
2 Gatorade Player of the Years in high school. Yeah, he's the real deal. Like, he's a very special athlete. That's not the thing. And I did like that, too. I like that Kyler kind of came out angrily about it. Because if I was Kyler and that came out, like, why the fuck did the Cardinals, why did the Cardinals leak that? Why was that public information? The media doesn't need to know about that. So I would be pissed, too, if I was Kyler. But I'm glad you brought up the Call of Duty thing, because I wanted to show you Kyler Murray's stats on double XP weekend of Call of Duty versus non-double XP weekends. So 1 second, I'm gonna pull up this tweet real quick.
I glanced at it, but
yeah, this is just hilarious to me. I can't. Oh wait, what are we doing? There we go. We're in the right form now. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of a lot to read, but just a high point. On double XP Call of Duty weekends, he shows a minus 7.77 difference on his passer rating. He throws 6 yards per game less. He has a 0.12 less completion percentage on double XP weekends, and his win percentage drops by 16.9%.
Holy shit.
That's actually just, and I know this might be a really weird coincidence because the chances of him grinding every double XP weekend are pretty low, but I mean, I don't know. The proof is in the pudding. This is weird. Like, this is really weird. And I also saw another one showing like his stats in general drop off after the release date of the new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it might this year, because this new one's going to be a big one. MW2, I'm buying that shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to. Yeah. So, I mean, if that's your logic on Kyler, then shit, I'm going to start fading the Cardinals and taking all of his under props after Call of Duty drops. Because that's pretty nuts. But overall, yeah. So
it also, I would like to point out, this is also around the time that his body starts depleting, so that could be the reason why. But I like this narrative better.
Yeah, this is more fun. This is definitely more fun to talk about. Because, yeah, so I thought this was, when it first came out, just a total embarrassment. And the fact that they took it out of the contract, like, am I tripping that makes it worse? Like, that makes them look worse, that they saw all the backlash, they saw the reaction. They're like, oh, maybe we were wrong. We should get rid of that.
Yeah, no, you're not tripping. Most people also saw it that way.
Yeah, like, that's just, I don't know. I think it makes them look bad. It makes them look like they don't really know what they're doing. They're not super confident, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in that franchise, the Cardinals, but c'est la vie. All right. Now let's get into the real fun stuff. What we've really been waiting for is our future bets. And let me pull this up real quick on BetUS. Again, you guys are listening. Make sure you guys use code GTDS125 whenever you sign up at BetUS. You can get a whole bunch of promos and everything with our code. All right, let's get it. So what Elijah and I are going to be doing right now is going through each NFL division, picking our winners based on the odds. Some value plays, some true, what we think is actually going to happen plays, as well as going into some over/under win totals and everything along those lines. So yeah. Share screen. All righty. So we might take a second here because there is a shit ton of odds on this website. So I guess this is kind of a promo too. Check out BetUS. Use our code because there is an absurd amount of odds on here, like stuff that you would even consider normally. So, all right, I'll zoom in a little bit. How's that look, Elijah?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, so I think let's just select all start with all the odds to win the division?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, as we get closer to the season, if you guys remember from last year, we did like our top 5 prediction for passing yards, rushing yards, MVP predictions, all that, which we will definitely be doing before kickoff, but we've still got a little while to go, so just easing into it here.
One thing though, that's the first week of the season spread, but week 1, Rams opening kickoff, fucking hammer the Rams. It's crazy.
What's the spread on it? Hold on, I guess I can just scroll up.
Rams are +1.
+1 against the dude, but I think the Bills are gonna win. What do you mean?
The defending champs have a crazy good record in the opening kickoff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. The Bills are Super Bowl favorites this year.
Okay.
Dude, they're pretty. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, that's a good line.
Bills also lost to the Steelers week 1 last year. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I might take the under on that one.
Oh my god, we have to stop looking at these.
I was just about to say the same thing. I'm gonna get too deep into week 1 picks, but yeah, dude, I can't. Oh my god, I can't wait till. Bro, I'm just excited to go to the casino on Sunday and do nothing.
Oh my god.
Just do nothing but sit there with all my tickets, bro, and just watch football all day. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna ask for more credit from my bookie.
Dude, that is the downside about legal sports betting is I got to put the money up front. And a lot of times I don't have the money that I want to place. So that's been it's been interesting to get used to because I want to place a bunch of future bets like on the college football season and this. Like I want to place money on some of these that we're about to pick. But I can't just throw like $400 combined on future bets and just not see that until February. Like that's a lot of money for me. But all right, let's get into it anyway. Starting out with the AFC East, we're gonna go AFC first, then the NFC. So again, if you guys are listening and not watching the YouTube version, advise you for this segment at least probably to watch the YouTube version because you can see the odds a little bit better. But we'll do our best to read them out. So in the AFC East, you got Bills -225 as the heavy favorite. Pats +500, Dolphins +400, and Jets +2,000. What are you thinking here, Elijah? Oh, okay. I'll start us off. So here, I don't necessarily – the Bills are kind of the clear favorite, and they should be the clear favorite. This is almost not even worth a play. I think if you were going to play anything, like the only thing I see worth my money is that +2,000. The Jets odds. You never know, man. Because Dolphins at +400, Pats at +500, that's not enough juice because the Bills are going to win the division. But Jets, that's a lot of juice, man. I don't know. There's been a lot of people in the betting industry talking about the Jets maybe making the playoffs this year. And I don't know if that's just because Zach Wilson's MILF hunter or if it's legitimate. But a lot of word going around.
If I've learned one thing through baseball season is that don't be afraid to bet on a favorite. So I think Bills is really the only play here. Jets, if you're feeling frisky and want the big payout, you're chasing that big payout, maybe. But really, this is like basically a no play here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not going to play this one at all. And if I was, it would probably be Bills in a parlay. Don't take Bills straight up. Take the Bills in a parlay to win the division because that looks like a lock to me. Mm-hmm. That is one thing I'm going to be doing is placing like a 10-leg future parlay, like a 10-leg future parlay on because there's been so many where I'm like, that is almost like a guarantee. Like there's been so many where it's like, that's a guarantee, bro.
Right.
So, but all right, next up we got AFC North, my Bengals division. And I am very surprised, actually, to see the Ravens favored to win the division at +160. Bengals right behind at +200. I think the Browns odds makes absolutely no sense, especially with the Deshaun Watson saga going on. Browns are only +225, should be way higher. And the Steelers at +800. So, obviously, I'm a homer as a Bengals fan. But personally, this is me without my bias. I think the Bengals is the best play here. Like they're the second best odds. They're not even the favorite. you're getting a little bit more juice than you probably should be getting for the defending AFC champs. And they are the best team in the division. Like, if you're telling me the Ravens are better than the Bengals right now, that's just wrong. Like, on paper especially, they're not. They just are not. I'm very surprised to see those odds, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Bengals as well. Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. I would say even 2, just to get your money. To kind of hedge it is just place a unit on both Bengals and Ravens, or like 2 units on the Bengals and then 1 unit on the Ravens or something. Because like those are our only 2 outcomes right now. I don't think
I actually like that play.
Steelers, or if they're both plus odds, like hell yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And then Steelers, like no.
Yeah, the Steelers aren't winning the division. That shit's not even worth the play. So that one I feel like is pretty straightforward. Again, though, I'm very surprised to see the odds makers have the Ravens favored. But it's kind of common for odds makers to disrespect the Bengals. But all right, here we go. Next up, AFC South. We got the Indianapolis Colts as the favorites with minus odds. They're minus 125. The Titans at plus 155. The Jags, surprisingly, only at plus 700. And then the Texans at plus 2,800. So, again, we're looking at a 50-50 split. There's no shot the Jags win, and there's no shot the Texans win. So, if you're picking between the Titans and the Colts, who are you taking?
Man.
The fact that the odds makers have the Colts favored makes me want to lean towards the Colts.
Yeah,
I would
here.
And I originally, because like last year I was pretty big on the Titans winning the division. Because I remember last year it was split too. We were kind of even on the pick, going back and forth between the two. But I think Ryan Tannehill is due for regression. I think he's going to kind of fall off his horse a little bit. And the Colts, I mean, they look pretty damn good, dude. Pittman has really blossomed in the past year. He's grown to be one of the better receivers in the league. And then obviously Jonathan Taylor, just the absolute beast. And then I think Matt Ryan at quarterback, even though he's a dinosaur, gives you a direct improvement over Carson Wentz. So, yeah, I think actually I'm probably going to go with the Colts on this one, even though it's more fun to root for the Titans and Derrick Henry usually. But, yeah, give me the Colts.
Yeah, I'll take Colts. I trust Matt Ryan more than I trust Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, same. And then last AFC division, the AFC West, we got the Chiefs as the favorite. Every team in plus money here, which is what you love to see. Chiefs plus 160. The Chargers and the Broncos are both plus 250, which the Broncos should not be plus 250. And then the Raiders are plus 600. So I'm going to let you take this one first because I know you look excited on this one.
I got something to motherfucking say. I'm going Raiders plus 600. I already have this as one of my only futures. It's my only division winner future, actually, that I'm going to place. I don't know why I'm drinking that black and silver Kool-Aid. I think that Josh McDaniels, the addition of having Josh McDaniels as their head coach, adding Devontae Adams, Derek Carr is ascending. He's only getting better. They have a college connection. They practice together every single offseason, so there's going to be no growing pains with those two quarterbacks.
They have a great D-line,
with that
too.
Duo. They have a great D-line. They added Khalil Mack, right? Was it Khalil Mack, or was that San Diego? Who'd they add?
Was that Khalil Mack? I thought that was San Diego.
No, Khalil Mack. It's not. San Diego
Khalil Mack
added
team.
Khalil Mack. Who did
Not
they
San
add?
Diego, Los Angeles. It's the Chargers, but yes, Los Angeles.
Oh my God, this is going to kill me.
Hold on, I'm just going to look up Raiders defense additions because this is also on the tip of my tongue, too. Chandler Jones. There we go.
Thank you. Oh my God,
18
they added Chandler
Max
Jones.
Crosby. Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
huge, actually.
Him and Max Crosby. I do have questions about their secondary, but those could be answered.
Trayvon Moore, though, played a hell of a season last year.
Year 2, baby. Year 2.
Yeah.
He'll be good. And the fact that this team went to the playoffs last year. They beat the Chargers, who were very good in an overtime game.
Yeah.
They did that after their head coach got fired in the middle of the season because of racist allegations. Like, that team should have been in shambles. This team is tough. They're mentally
You're
tough. Right. McDaniels and his offensive system is going to win them games. Darren Waller is no slouch. They have, I mean, they probably have the best one of the best receiving trios in the league with Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, and Devontae Adams. I mean, that's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I don't think I'm necessarily drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not like all in on them, but I actually agree. I totally think that this plus 600 is worth a play, especially when you see a division with every team at plus money. The Broncos, in my opinion, are out of the question. I think the Broncos should be the team that's plus 600 instead of the Raiders. But I'll take that. If the odds makers want to give us that juice, give me the juice. You know, I like the Raiders play. I think it's worth a shot. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a guarantee, but I would not be surprised if they finished above the Chargers. I wouldn't be surprised if they finished above the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are due for a little bit of regression. I think the Chargers have a bit too much hype build up into this year, considering they haven't necessarily done anything with their good teams yet. So, yeah, give me the Raiders. I like that one too. It's hard, though. You know, it's hard betting against Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, but
I just think that they got worse, especially if you look at their playmakers.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs, yes. The Chiefs definitely did. Chargers
got better.
Paso Menos. Yeah, I was going to say, they kind of got better, but
I kind
nothing
of
like crazy.
I kind of have two conflicting futures with Raiders to win the division and then Justin Herbert MVP. So that's kind of like...
That's not conflict. No, that's not too conflicting.
Well, MVP, you got to have a really good winning record. So, but they could still finish like with 12 wins and then Raiders get
13.
That's a lot.
Well, hey, one or the other, and you'll still probably be the profit with those odds.
Yeah, both are going to win me $300.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah, okay, so big hopes for the Raiders this year. All righty. Heading over to the NFC now, starting with your Cowboys in the NFC East. Cowboys are favored. Every team plus money again. Cowboys at plus 135, Eagles at plus 155, Commanders at plus 500, and the Giants at plus 750. I'm going to let you take this one. This is your team, your division. What do you got?
Okay, there hasn't been a repeat division winner in the NFC East since, like, I don't know, the turn of the 21st century or something like that. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going the Eagles.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I hate to say it. I hate the Eagles with a passion, but if I had to pick a play here, it's the Eagles. I don't think the Cowboys didn't exactly get better this offseason. The Eagles did. And we're fucking choke artists. And so but if we lose the NFC East, silver lining, we fire Mike McCarthy and we're hiring Sean Payton. So.
See, last year I lost $100 on the Giants to win the division.
Yeah, that was a big fucking oof, dude. That might go down as one of our worst takes in podcast history.
Oh, that was probably the worst bet I've ever placed.
Which, by the way, segment idea, I think for our 100th episode, we should take a deep dive in the worst takes we've ever given.
Hey, that would be fun. That'd be a bitch to kind of dig through, but I'd be down to do something. We'll definitely do something special for the 100th.
I can name a few off the top of my head, but
honestly, yeah, I'm sure if we just like think about topics, we could probably, just figure them out based on our memory. But yeah, no, that was one of the worst bets ever. I was super drunk with my buddy who's a Giants fan, and I was like, dude, honestly, man, I don't know why everybody's talking shit about them. I got a feeling they're gonna be all right next year.
I was kind of high on them too. Remember, I picked them as the best bet last year, and then they were fucking garbage.
Yeah, they were garbage. So I'm completely staying away from the Giants this year. I think the Commanders are dog shit. I think the Eagles are going to have a mediocre year. I think the Cowboys are going to have a mediocre year. It's hard for me to make a play on this one, but if I was going to make a play, I would probably have to say the Cowboys. Even though you're right, you bring up a good point that there's been no repeat division winner in a long time. I think it's going to be really, really close, like 1 or 2 games separating them, but I guess I got to go with Dallas here.
Gotcha.
I don't like it, though. It's ugly. Ugly odds on that. All right, and then we're going to the North, the NFC North, where we got Green Bay as the favorite, minus 200, Minnesota at plus 275, Chicago at plus 1,200, and Detroit at plus 1,000. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Give me the Vikings at plus 275. That's all I got to say. I don't even really need to elaborate. The Packers aren't winning the division this year. It's happening. They're going to get dethroned. Give me the Vikes.
I need you to elaborate because that's blasphemy.
I can't really elaborate too much on the Vikings end of things. They got better. They got better on the defensive side of the ball. Okay. Dalvin Cook, I'm hoping will have a fully healthy year.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really need to say much about what.
That's fan fiction.
Yeah, it kind of is. But if that happens, it's huge. I need Kirk Cousins to just literally have a mediocre year and let Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen do crazy shit after the catch. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit of a bold play, but I just don't want to. I'm tired of the Packers, man. I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers. I want something different, and I think the Bears are obviously not winning. The Lions,
no, God, no.
I would love to bet on the Lions, but that's not happening.
Not yet.
So in terms of value, it's the only other one worth a play. Yeah, I like Vikings, dude. I think, and this might be a bold take, but I think we're gonna see some regression in Aaron Rodgers without Devontae Adams. Might be a bold take, but I don't know if this will be the same Aaron Rodgers we're used to.
Yeah, I'm marking your words on that one.
Yeah, you might have to because watch, he'll go and three-peat the MVP.
But yeah, Lions I want to soon. But I just hope that they are able to draft C.J. Stroud next year, and I can just make the Lions my second team.
I would too, honestly, if that happened.
Yeah, or maybe my third team. My second team's kind of San Diego. Or it was the Dolphins for a little bit, and it was San Diego last year.
I see San Diego. You're a big Herbie guy, yeah.
I am.
All right, but wait. So who are you taking on it?
Oh, Packers, duh.
Okay, fair, yeah. All right, NFC South, we got Buccaneers as heavy favorites at minus 325, the Saints at plus 350, Panthers at plus 1,100, and the Falcons at plus 2,500. This is another one where I don't even think it's worth a play.
It's pretty much going to be Tampa Bay, but minus 325 is a hefty price to pay. Yeah. I mean, $10 on Falcons might be fun. Arthur Smith.
That is not.
I like the Falcons team total over, whichever it may be. It's probably like 6.5. I would take that, but
I feel like it's gonna be lower than that.
Okay, I would take it.
Yeah,
but no, it's a no play because it's Tampa Bay. It's just no.
Yeah, I agree. Got to go no play. I think the only play here would maybe be to parlay Tampa Bay and Buffalo to win their division. That might bring you around like minus 120 odds if you put them together, which, I mean, I know that's not pretty for a parlay, but those are probably going to happen. You know, the Bucs are probably winning the NFC South. The Bills are probably winning. Like, it's probably happening. So, all right.
Yeah, they're near locks.
And then last but not least on our list is the NFC West, which I think is going to be wildly entertaining this year. All at plus money, which is beautiful. The Rams are favored at plus 125. 49ers at plus 175, the Cardinals at plus 325, and the Seahawks at plus 1,600.
Oh, this one's a layup for me. Rams all the way. All the way.
Rams? Yeah, I agree. You have to go with the Rams.
San Francisco is going to be led by Trey Lance. He's going to be a first-year starting. I don't see them winning the division. Arizona Cardinals, they're going to be great in September, and then need I say more, they're going to fade down the stretch like they always do. Kyler Murray's going to get
Call of Duty, bro.
And his little body isn't going to be able to take it. And Call of Duty is going to come out because MW2 is going to be sick. And Seattle Seahawks, I don't need to go into them. They're going to be hot garbage.
Yep. Honestly, you hit the nail on the head. I don't really have much to add on that. Yeah, give me the Rams. It's just the smart play. I'm surprised to see the Niners this close, considering they are going to be led by Trey Lance. So, yeah, I like that a lot, actually. Rams plus 125. Give me the defending champions at plus money. That's beautiful. But alrighty, so let's go ahead and do some over/under win totals. Let me figure out how to find that. Okay, so football. There's so many goddamn bets on this website, bro. Like, look at this. Like, I'm just scrolling through them.
Player season totals. Regular season.
We'll get into these odds. That'll be a good one for another
we'll
episode.
that later.
Yeah. Okay, where is it? Over under win totals.
Hall of Fame games tomorrow. You gonna bet on that?
Shit, dude, I'm thinking about it just to bet on football. Like I might have
Jags
to.
-3.5. I'm gonna bet on the Ravens for all their preseason games because they're god in the preseason.
Wait, who is it again? Jags and who?
Raiders.
Okay, Jags and Raiders. And Raiders are -3.5.
Nah, they're +3.5.
The Jags are favored.
Yeah, because they're terrible. The worst team. They have more young talent, I guess. I don't know. It's preseason, dude. It's weird.
I could see that. Okay, where the fuck? Now we're getting into college football. Oh wait, NFL alternate season wins. Well, that's alternate. Where's the goddamn season wins? Regular season wins futures. There we go. Display the odds. Come on, Bet US. Dude, yeah, my experience betting on Bet US has been pretty fuego so far.
Oh wait, Raiders are -2.5.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And I'd be willing to bet on the Raiders. Actually,
over under 30.5.
I don't know, bro. For the fuck of it, I might just bet on Jags money line. If they're the underdog.
+120, not worth it. I don't know. I might just watch it. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
See, because I kind of want to go place a bet and like watch it in FanDuel Sportsbook. That'd be pretty cool. That place is like heaven to me, bro. They got draft beer. They got like 50 TVs. They got a bunch of machines to place bets. It's sick. But all right, let's get into some of these win totals. So we'll try and go through these pretty quickly because there is 32 of them. So first up, Cardinals over under 8.5 wins. That's tough.
I'm gonna
pass.
over.
I'm gonna pass on that, but if I had to bet, I would also take the over on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over just because I think they can be above 500, but it's gonna be at that 9. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, and again, they're probably going to start the year off going like 6-1, and then finish the year 9-7. So, I mean, that's all you need for that bet. But all right, and then we got Falcons. Yeah, see, I knew it would be lower. Falcons over under 4.5. I'm taking that over all day.
Yeah, I love Arthur Smith. I think he's a great head coach. Mariota is a decent quarterback, and I also think that Desmond Ridder could be a solid quarterback in the NFL. He's not going to be a superstar, but he's going to be solid. He's definitely going to be solid enough to get this team over 4.5 wins.
Yeah, like I know the Falcons don't look great, but they've been disrespected in the media and by the odds makers this offseason.
I might place that now.
Yeah, because like they're getting treated like they're the Jags or the Texans, bro. They're not that bad. Like they're not good. Don't get me wrong. They're not good, but. All right, and then next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens over under 9.5. That's tough. That's a really good line because I would say if I was going to predict it, the Ravens are probably going 9-8 or 10-7.
I'm going to go over on this one.
I think I'm going to go under.
Okay.
Honestly, this is a hard one to pick, and mainly because the over is at -155 and the under is at +125. So give me the plus odds, but yeah, that's a really tough one. Honestly, I would pass on that. All right, and then we got Buffalo Bills over or under 11.5 wins. I took this line last year, and I'll take it again. Give me the Bills over 11.5.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
I know
they're Super Bowl favorites.
Right here.
Yeah, they're Super Bowl favorites. You got to go over 11.5. Carolina Panthers over under 6.5 wins. I'm going ahead and jumping on my Baker hate bandwagon, and I'm taking the under 6.5. Yeah,
under so hard.
Especially once Christian McCaffrey like tears his ACL in week 3, then they're gonna have a rough season. Not to wish that upon him. I would love to see a healthy CMC for a season. Unless I'm playing against him in fantasy. But yeah, and then we got Chicago Bears over under 6.5. This might be the easiest pick on the entire board. Give me the under 6.5 without a doubt in my body.
Yeah, under. Easy.
Yeah, easy pick. The Bears are going to be bad. And then we got the Cincinnati Bengals over under 10 wins. I'm very surprised at this line. I mean, I know that last year was a surprise that we weren't supposed to make it that far, but our team has only gotten better. We stacked our offensive line. Like, our offensive line might actually be good now, not even just slightly below average. It might be good. I'm taking the over 10, especially because that's an even number. If we finish 10-7, that's a push. Give me the over. I like that a lot.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you have the Ravens at 9.5, like, I feel like the Bengals over 10 would kind of have to hit. Oh, this is an interesting one. Right from my team to your team, Cowboys over under 10. That's tough. That's a tough line. Because I just picked them to win the division. Like, I think they're going to get exactly 10 wins, honestly.
I'm going with under. I think we're probably going to have another 8-8 type season.
If I had to bet, I would probably pick the under on this one. But for me, this is going to be a pass. All right, and then Broncos Nation, let's ride. Over under 10 wins. Have you seen? By the way, have you seen those TikToks? I assume the Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Yeah, I hate Russell Wilson.
Dude, it's taken the country by storm, bro. All these college recruits are like, Mountaineer Nation, let's ride. It's so funny. But wait, what'd you say though? So on this one,
I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think although it is Russell Wilson, yes, Broncos still aren't that good of a team overall.
They just lost Tim Patrick.
Yeah. Then here we go, Detroit Lions. This is going to be tough because my heart wants to go over 6.5, but my brain probably knows that under 6.5 is the better play.
Yep, under 6.5 is the better play. I don't think they have 7 wins in them. I think they have 5 wins in them for sure.
I did too.
6.5. Oof. Yeah, I can't go over that.
Because what they finished last year, was it 3-14, 3 wins or 2 wins?
3.
I think 3. It may have even been 4. It wasn't more than 4. I know that. But I think this year they get better. They go to 5 probably. But I'm also taking the under on that one. It's hard to bet on the Lions to win a lot of games, especially when the under's at plus money.
Yeah, I also want them to lose as many games as possible so they can draft C.J. Stroud.
And then they'd actually be on a pretty good trajectory. Yeah. Alrighty though, Green Bay Packers over under 11 wins. That's really tough,
over.
But you're going over?
Yeah.
I don't know. I might go under. I like that it's at 11, but honestly, for this one, I kind of wish that it was at 11.5 because I wouldn't be surprised if they finished 11-6. So I'm gonna go under though.
Aaron Rodgers has 12 wins in his belt.
I know that's what scares me, but if I had to, this is probably a pass for me. But if I had to pick, I'm taking the under.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got the Houston Texans over under 4.5 wins. I don't care how ugly this is. Give me the under. They're not winning 5 games. If the Lions are winning 5 games, the Texans aren't winning 5 games.
Give me Davis Mills. Give me Mills Mafia. Okay.
No, bro. No.
I'll take the over. I think he's decent.
Dude, I do like Davis Mills though.
I think he can get them 5 wins. They won 4 games last year with the worst roster.
They did. I mean, they did win 4 games.
They can. I like the over. I'm gonna take that.
I want to see Davis Mills on an actual good roster. Because sure, they have Brandon Cooks, but that's about it. You know that their offensive line's bad. Their secondary is god awful on defense.
They drafted wide receiver in the first round, right? Who'd they draft?
Texans.
Oh. It was Mechie, and he has them.
Yes. Yeah. No, he was second round though. But yeah, Mechie. Yeah, that is a really tough break for them and Mechie. But yeah, that's a tough line though. Of course, I mean the odds makers are good at their jobs. You know, they know what they're doing. That's tough to pick. Also, this one's a really tough one too. Indianapolis Colts over under 10 wins. I want to say under, but I also think they're going to win the division. And do I see every team in that division going, less than 10-7? I don't know. That's tough. I think they got it right on the money here at 10-7 is where the Colts are going to end up.
Yeah, that's an even play. Probably at 10. So I'll just take the over just to be safe.
Dude, honestly, if I could,
Matt Ryan.
If I could bet, I would bet on them to go exactly 10-7. Honestly. For the Colts this year. And then this is an entertaining one. Jaguars over under 6.5. What do we got?
Under, but Trevor Lawrence improves.
Under. Okay, I can respect that. Yeah, because they'd be getting 5 games better if the over were to hit. I really want to take the over.
I think 6 games would be a win for the Jaguars. I think they can get 6 wins.
Oh, dude, 6-11 would be awesome for the Jags.
Yeah,
that'd be trending in the right direction. So I would also take the under though. I think that's the smarter play here, but that's a big improvement if they hit the over. All right, Kansas City Chiefs over under 10.5 wins. I'm going to kind of put my money where my mouth is. We both said the Raiders win the division, so give me the under.
Yep, I'm going with the under as well. I think they can get 10 wins, but dude, their defense has never really been that great. They lost Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu, yeah.
Yeah, and they lost Tyreek Hill, which is I don't know why I said that. And they lost Tyreek Hill. So, I just really, again, going back to their playmakers, I don't think they have it. Travis Kelce is old. He kind of slowed down a little bit last year, and I don't see him bouncing back. I see him probably regressing. So, for those reasons, I'm going with the under.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really a tough situation whenever your tight end is your wide receiver 1, especially when that tight end is kind of up there in age. So, now they got Juju Smith-Schuster as their number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. Yeah, Sky Moore will probably take over. I think Sky Moore is going to be really good. Yes, but still, I think Juju's probably the number 1 out of that roster right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, which playmakers take over. But I'm also going the under on that one. And here we go. I know what you're picking on this one already. Las Vegas Raiders over under 8.5.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Over. I already explained why I like the Raiders. So
yeah, I really like 8.5. I might throw that in a parlay too.
Mm-hmm.
And then last right here we see the Chargers at over under 10.5 wins. This is a really tough line. That is really, really tough.
I've got to.
I see the Chargers anywhere from 9-8 to 12-5. Anywhere in that range is where I see them.
I got to support my my Herbert MVP pick. And
got to go with the over.
Go with the over. I have to.
This is definitely a pass for me, but if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to go with the under because I think it's more likely they finish 10-7. Mm-hmm. But I would, if I was in your spot, I would do the same thing. So I think it's really close, and that's going to be a tough one that's going to be one to look out for this year.
Rams over. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Rams over under 10.5. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Over 10.5. I also agree on that one. Not much to say there. Fitting champs. Then we got Miami Dolphins over under 9 wins. I am hammering the under, bro. The Dolphins are not going to be good this year.
Under.
Boo. Yeah, down. Give me the under on that. Minnesota Vikings over under 9 wins. See, I know I picked the Vikings to win the division, but I can't see them. I don't know. That's weird, bro. It's weird to see them winning.
You got to go with the over. You got to put your money where your mouth is.
That's what I was about to say. I kind of have to go with the over here. I got to go. 9, I mean, that's not too much. They can go 9-8.
I see them going exactly 9-8.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they did too. Yeah. So, but over because I think their potential is a little bit more than that. So, you got the under. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are. How close are we? Damn. Okay. We're around. We're getting towards the end. So. New England Patriots over under 8.5. I'm going to go with the over, actually. Give me Mac Jones to get to the double-digit win column again.
I'm going to go with the under because Matt Patricia is the offensive coordinator.
That's a fair point. Yeah, that'll be interesting. But, I don't know, 8.5, that's kind of low for the Pats, I guess. And then Saints over under, same number, 8.5. This one's harder for me because I don't really know what to think of the Saints. I think they got a lot of they did good in the draft. They got weapons now. They signed Jarvis Landry. If Michael Thomas is supposed to be coming back, I mean, shit, throw Chris Olave in there. That's a hell of a receiving core. It's just whether or not Jameis Winston is going to be Mr. 30 for 30 again. I don't know if I trust Jameis. If I had to pick, I'm probably going to take the under 8.5.
Yeah, no Sean Payton, no play. Go with the under.
Fair enough. And then we got the New York Giants over under 7 wins.
Under.
Under, bro. Give me away from the Giants after last year's debacle. I want nothing to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we got this one's interesting. I don't know what to do here. The New York Jets over under 6 wins. I'm saying, man, a lot of people are hype on the Jets to make the playoffs this year somehow.
Over. I'm going with the over. I think Zach Wilson's pretty good. I think he can be good.
I'll take the over. I'll take the over too. And I will say that this whole MILF Hunter situation has definitely changed my opinion on Zach Wilson. I like him a lot more than
people's opinions.
Yeah, I like him a lot more than I did last year. So I'll take the over on this one. It'll be a fun Jets team to root for, especially now they added Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. They got a lot of young talent there. Got to make it come into fruition. They also had a hell of a draft, like the best draft by far. And then we got Philadelphia Eagles over under 9.5 wins. See, if you went under on the Cowboys and you had the Eagles winning, I feel like you have to go over here.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm going with the over on this one. I think they can make it to 10 wins. It hates me to say it. This could bite me back in the ass because I do think Jalen Hurts isn't that good of a quarterback. But they got a good defense, and they got better at the wide receiver position. They have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. They have a really great offensive line, and they're going to pound the rock.
Yeah, they have a pretty good running back committee, too. I think the Eagles are honestly one of the biggest variables in the entire league this year. They're one of those teams that I think could go 6-11, or they could have a breakout year and fucking go 12-5. Who knows? I think they're kind of there. This is a pass for me, but if I had to pick, I'm going to go with the under because I just don't have a lot of faith in Jalen Hurts as a winning quarterback.
Either way, they're still losing first round of the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah, I can agree on that one. And then for the Steelers, we got over under 7.5 wins for Pittsburgh. And on that one, yes, I'm a big Steelers hater, but I think regardless, I'm going to go with the under there. I think they're going to have their first losing season in a long, long time without Ben Roethlisberger under center.
I'm going with the over, dude. I can't fade Mike Tomlin.
That's the thing, is Mike Tomlin just wins football games, bro. They just win. Every year, They do it. And I don't understand it. So I don't knock you at all for taking it. If history repeats itself, that's a good bet. But I don't know. I really can't see them being good this year. All right, and then we got San Francisco 49ers over under 9.5.
Under.
This one's also really tough. I was going to say I'm leaning towards the under because it is at plus money, plus 115. I'd have to say the under with the rookie quarterback at the helm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Seattle Seahawks over under 5.5. I think they're going to be a hot pile of garbage this year. Give me the under 5.5. They're going to suck.
I like the under as well.
Yeah, they're going to be really bad. I think they're going to be the new Jags or the new Texans this year. All right, here we go. Tampa Bay Buccaneers over under 11.5 wins. I think this is also a really, really tough line. But if I was going to pick, I'm leaning the over.
Oh, I think this is a layup for me. Over. Tom Brady. Duh.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tom Brady coming back from retirement.
Tom Brady, weak division. I don't know what else you want me to say.
That is true. That's almost like at least 4 guaranteed wins. There's no way they lose more. There's no way they split the division games. They're going at least 4-2 in the division. But so last 2 teams here. We got Tennessee Titans over under 9 wins.
God damn it.
I kind of said it earlier that I think Tannehill's due for some regression. I don't know how long Derrick Henry can keep up this workload. So if I'm going to pick one, I'm taking the under at under 9.
I'm going to go under as well.
All right. And then last but not least, the Washington Commanders over under 8 wins.
Under. Carson Wentz is their quarterback.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. That's kind of a tough line, but yeah, I'd probably go with the under there as well. Mostly because of Carson Wentz. But yeah, honestly, we kind of agreed on most. I think there's only 3 or 4 that we disagreed on. And I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
It's usually a bad sign.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is usually that's not a good I don't know. It doesn't work out for us all the time, but
No.
yeah, we'll see. Alrighty though, that's all we got for our future picks, at least for now. Like I said, once we get closer to kickoff, closer into the season, we'll be going more in depth on our predictions and picks for awards and everything for the year. But yeah, let's close things out real quick with some love it or loathe it.
Can we skip? I gotta go to bed, dude.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
We don't have that much either. Anyway,
Yeah.
recap of love or loathe it. DK Metcalf got paid. Aaron Judge is going off. The Dolphins lost the draft pick. Mark Ingram has now worn 4 different numbers for the same team. Weird. No active NBA player has faced the Kings in the playoffs. Weird. And last but not least, Marquise Brown got arrested today for speeding at 125 miles per hour.
I
So
think he might have got a DUI too.
yeah, I was about to say it was. Yeah, he didn't kill anybody, but it was Henry Ruggs-esque of him to do so. But yeah, so that is going to be it. We went a little bit longer than we probably thought, but whenever we're talking the NFL, talking football, shit just keeps going. So yeah, we'll be back next week.
We're gonna do 2 episodes a week for football season again.
I was about to say that's something. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about and kind of confirm for you guys once we get that going. But might go back, to 2 episodes for the football season again because there's always a lot to talk about. But yeah, so next week we're gonna have JD James Danielson on the show. You guys have seen on GTDsports.com. He is our fantasy football guru. So we'll be talking all things fantasy sports, getting into our top 10 rankings. Kind of our Elijah had a great idea for a Mount Rushmore of who's good in fantasy but not really that great overall.
Fantasy elite quarterbacks that aren't elite in real life.
Yeah, so we'll be talking a lot more fantasy and again just more football heading forward next week. But yeah, back on regular schedule. We'll be here again live on Wednesday night. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week. See ya.
Mm-hmm.